On today's video, we have a civil war breaking in Kingdom 291 due to some drama in Lost Kingdom. Kingdom 291 went into flames. The King's Alliance is about to get hit hard. Their central fortress about to potentially burn. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure you slap a like on the video as it goes. And let's get on. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Today we have a civil war that broke in Kingdom 291. That is right, the King's Alliance is burning. Here's the deal. Before we start, I gotta say right now, I have nothing against either alliances. Some of you, my viewers, are from these alliances. You guys hit me up on Discord. Both the leader of 400 and the leader of Ace, not the leader, but one of the members of Aces, two members from Aces actually hit me up and told me, listen, this is going on, a 4.5 billion power alliance against a 5.2 billion power alliance going at it on their own kingdom. Now, these people that reached out gave me a very, very long explanation on what happened and how they got to this point. And the bottom line of it is a lot of unnecessary drama. And so we're not going to cover it in too much detail. I'm going to tell you guys the basics of what happened and we're going to leave it at that. Turns out, Kingdom 291 were so sure they're going to win Lost Kingdom that when Lost Kingdom actually came up, nobody showed up. No one showed up to fight. And so what ended up happening, they lost Lost Kingdom. When they lost Lost Kingdom, there was somewhat of a disconnect between A and 400. And both of them reached out to the people who ended up winning that Lost Kingdom for a potential deal to be able to, enjoy a little bit of the areas of Lost Kingdom and, just enjoy Lost Kingdom a little bit better knowing that they now lost. Turns out that one alliance got a better deal than the other. One alliance got a little bit more flags in Zone 6 than the other, which means more teleports there, more safety there and whatnot. And it didn't bode well for the other alliance. So I think that it was when 400 were in Lost Kingdom, A attacked them, and then when they came back from Lost Kingdom, from Ark of Osiris, I apologize, when they were in Ark of Osiris over this weekend, A attacked them, and then apparently 400 attacked back, and that's what we're watching right now. You're seeing madness happening around this central fortress by A, and that's all I'm going to cover about the story of what happened. It's pretty much one alliance got a better deal than the other to be able to enjoy more of their Lost Kingdom. The other alliance didn't like it. When Ark of Osiris happened this last weekend, revenge was enforced and it backfired. That's pretty much the story, and we're not going to go into too much details here. What we do have is a rally by 400. And now 400 did most of the things right. They spread out. They didn't leave spaces for people to port in closer to the central fortress, with the exception of King Ragnar, which was a huge problem for them in this situation for two reasons. First of all, he's very close and continuously reinforcing the center fortress. And secondly, that YSG, you saw that 24,317 number above that Genghis Khan. You can see another one of those right there. And you'll see another one in a moment as well. That is an expertised YSG on the center fortress. Now, in case you guys don't know what that means, it means that when he procs, when he casts his AoE, his circular AoE, which you're seeing right there, he can hit up to 5 targets within the area. And if you are in the area, you are dead. Every single one of those hits that you see by that YSG are dead troops. And so these guys that are in the vicinity of this AoE are actually taking huge losses for doing nothing. That Genghis Khan went back and forth 3-4 times and lost over 50,000 troops for no reason whatsoever. Dead troops. Need to remind you, dead troops. You see the guy marching up there? Bam, 781,000 troops dead by just simply moving inside that AoE area. And so Ragnar was a real pain in the butt for these guys as his YSG was doing massive damage. Massive damage. One thing that needs to be said about this rally that you should keep an eye on is that the health bars, both of the rally and of the center fortress, is not representatives. They are not representing what is actually in these rallies and the center fortress, because people continually reinforced these buildings and the rally. The HP bar, the health bar, is based on the total amount of troops that were involved in this fight. And so at some point, you can put in another 300,000 and it'll go up very little compared to the first 300,000 you put in, which makes it go up much more. We can see right here that the rally is taking some severe damage to the point where it's actually on red while the center fortress is still yellow. Some reinforcements are about to come in to help out this rally a little bit. One important thing to point out to you guys, you see that Richard and that Julius Caesar marches, there are two marches with their health bar showing and nothing being done to them. Those marches actually joined the center fortress, but that's a display bug that's a little annoying. It's been happening a lot lately, and it's making my life recording wars a real pain in the butt, to the point where I actually ended up using my big account to record this rather than making an account in 291 and joining one of the sides to make things a little bit more clear. By the time I did all that, this was already going on, so I decided, you know what, we're going to record by observing. But usually what I prefer to do is to go join one of the alliances fighting, so we have blues against reds to make things a little bit clearer. And so the rally is yellow and the center fortress is red, but very quickly that rally is dropping and that center fortress doesn't seem to be moving that much at all. One play that we're gonna see in a little bit done by the guys in A, they realized that they pretty much got this rally in the bag. They thought that they had the rally in the bag, and so one march walked out of the center fortress, went to hit a couple of solo marches around the center fortress, and then went back in. What that did is it attracted these marches into the AoE area, and those AoE area marches took massive deaths. Massive deaths. We have all the reports of everything and all these rallies and all that good stuff. You're gonna see that in a moment as well. And so, yeah, the rally is going on. What else can be said? YSG at this point is everything they need. It seems like he's doing the job. It seems like the initial troops that were in the rally were infantries, and they went up against archers, and later on cavalries ended up joining this rally, and with that happening, infantries joined the center fortress, and there was like a back and forth of attempting to counter each other, which was really cool. You can see right there what I'm talking about. The march walked out, got a couple of 400 guys in, and the AoE damage was done. Fantastic work. An awesome way to you know, do a little extra damage. I think at some point the guys at 400 realized, listen, this is not going to go well for us. This is not going to go well for us. Yes, the center fortress has only very little red HP, but the amount of troops in it keep growing and growing. And so, in a moment, this rally is about to get canceled out, which is a fantastic call. Rallies should not go below 50% amount of troops before you disband them. It makes no sense. You can see it right there. You really want to stop a rally before you drop below that half, so you don't take that many more severely wounded and dead troops. Once you drop below that half capacity, the damage is substantial. You can see huge damage done to the rally right there, which disbanded at about 1.5 million troops. Maybe a bit of an early disband right there, but all good. These guys realized, you know, we got to change our approach. We got to change our commanders. We got to change the way we hit this. And as we watch this report with a lot of deaths, almost 500,000 dead on the rally side, the defense side taking decent losses, have some tier 5s in there, substantial amounts of a decent amount of tier 5s really. Ragnar really doing everything he can to help out his alliance. We're seeing a mixed set of troops, a little bit of tier 1s, a little bit of tier 2s. I don't know how much that's useful on one hand, but on the other hand, those are holding on the center fortress, staying alive, making sure it doesn't burn, and giving time for other tier 4s and tier 5s to make their way. This was the actual commanders they used. You can see that the rally was clearly in a disadvantage when it comes to pretty much most stats. And so things had to change. Now, I don't know how much of a fan I am on a defense of a YSG and Charles, but it seemed to have worked really well. What you guys are seeing here are massive tier 4 losses thanks to that YSG. All these deads are YSG AoE gaining and gaining and gaining value. So they didn't only kill almost 500 1,000 troops in the rally itself, but they also killed over 200 and some thousand troops from AoE, which is fantastic. It's such good returns. It was what, a 3-for-1 return on kills? Unbelievable, great work by the defense on this point in time. But 400 are not suckers. 400 are not gonna let this stand. And so they switched it up and sent another rally. This rally, this rally was a big boy one. They realized there are a lot of archers inside that center fortress. They sent a full cav march with everything they had in it, including a nasty Minamoto leading it. And so the YSG is still doing damage, but he's getting chunked out of his mind. And you're gonna see in a moment a swap of commanders leading that center fortress, but that swap came a bit too late. If you are the guy in command of a building, you have to have one of two things happen. Either another individual with better commanders ready to take the reins, or have a second march that has different commanders of a different specialization type of troops, so you can swap with your own commanders and maintain yourself at control of the center fortress, of the defense of the center fortress. I think that Ragnar wasn't paying attention, or maybe he was but thought maybe we can get it done. You'll see in a moment he swaps to his Richard, or to a Richard within that center fortress, but that was way too late. You can see the center fortress getting chunked, and chunked. And so we're gonna see the report in a moment, and after a great first hold, a fantastic first hold by A, they couldn't hold that second rally. They could not hold that second rally. But this was not over. This is the Richard right there, but the Richard is left with too little troops to be able to do something. And so Kano, who by the way is one of my viewers, he's the leader of Kingdom 400. He hit me up, not Kingdom 400, of the Alliance 400 Murder Inc. He hit me up on Discord as well, showed me a few things and explained to me a little bit of the story. Lots of frownies going back to A's camp. And finally, 400 burning that central fortress again. And this time, the losses are on the center fortress's side. Lots of deaths, lots of severely wounded against about 178,000 severely wounded. King Ragnar starting to fall short on the tier 5s. A few tier 1s in there. And what can be done? There were a lot of cavalries in here, but a lot of tier 2s and tier 1s as well. A lot of ranges, and the commanders were just not set correctly. 178k against 298k in the deaths. Of course, the rally did take some damage as well. It had tier 5s in it as well, a decent amount of tier 5s in it. And so you can see right here a Mina Cao Cao march. It was actually, in terms of stats, way behind the Alliance fortress itself. But because of the types of troops that were inside that center fortress, it actually worked out in their favor because they were countering them substantially. Now A went off to turn off that center fortress and try to once again reinforce it. They once again had YSG leading, and once again Kano came up with everything he had. You can see right there an A member trying their best to reinforce the center fortress, and there are more marches on their way to the center fortress, but it was too little too late at this point. Kano was really in command and doing his thing, and as much as King Ragnar is doing everything he can, throwing every last troop he had to hold the center fortress, it seems like this one will not be enough as well. Another march joining that 400 rally, and so even though both of them are in yellow right now, it looks like the center fortress is going down a bit faster. The calves on calves is not working out. The YSG at the helm is not working out. And so, slowly and steadily, A seem to be losing this center fortress. What can be done a bit differently? First of all, I think that King Ragnar was doing everything he could by himself, which is a huge problem. He probably didn't have another set of troops within that center fortress to take control and swap commanders, or even didn't have enough troops left to do that. And so it was a huge problem having a YSG is fantastic until the enemy realizes you have a YSG, and so they stay back. YSG should usually be a secondary commander in this kind of situation, just so you can hide him, because people don't see his picture and think he's not there and get close until they get smacked. And so this was one thing that he could have changed. He could have potentially put that YSG as secondary. I understand why he had him first. But again, you can see 400 keeping the distance and making sure they don't get hit by that AoE. Even that one march that was in the AoE very quickly marched back as soon as he saw that circle. And the red hits the center fortress. Plenty of marches still there to join the rally. And at this point, those sieges joining the center fortress is just not gonna cut it. That third rally is about to go down, and the center fortress is about to burn again. I don't really know what happened after this third rally. I talked to King Raynar and I was like, is this it? And he said, I think so for now. I don't know if members were not online or what had happened. But after this, I pretty much went to sleep because it was late and nothing else was happening. And so there is the burn. There are the frownies, and the center fortress is burning. You can take a look at this one last report. 265 losses on the 64 losses on the rally means quite a lot. It means that the actual set of troops that were in the center fortress this time around were doing massive damage to the rally, to the cavalries. Okay, that's a lot of any type of tier in there, but there was just not enough of the correct set of troops to be able to withhold this rally, and of course not the correct commanders to be able to withhold this rally. And so even though the rally again had a disadvantage in buffs, Charles Martel was the little bit of hope in that center fortress. It was just not enough. One thing that these guys did at the end that I found really weird is that they decided to solo hit the center fortress. These are massive deaths to 400, which I don't really understand, but they did it. It is what it is. Good job to 400, and hopefully these guys either can work it out or we're gonna see a shift in how Kingdom 291 operates. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about this civil war? What do you think about all this high school drama thing of just, you know, one guy getting better deal than the other? I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Again, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything, in the comments down below, or click show more in the description. Join the Twitter, join the Discord, join the Instagram, join the Facebook. Come talk to me on all these platforms. I'm always there. I'm always responding. Thank you all for your continued support and kindness. We have a stream coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 p.m. UTC. Every Wednesday, 4 p.m. UTC, in case you guys are watching this in the future. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Peace.